Okay, hi guys, welcome to the local communities. Today we are in this Cahaya Society, and this is my friend, Mr. Wadzkir. He's the Secretary of Cahaya Society. So, Mr. Wadzkir, welcome to our podcast today. We talk about this about Cahaya Society in Sandakan. So the first questions for you: who is Cahaya Society and how is it established in Sandakan?
Okay, hello everyone. Thank you so much, my friend, also for having me today.
Yeah.
Actually, privilege is ours that we have this platform to discuss about the local communities. I think the tagline is already best for us to define, about the local communities in Sandakan, to be specific. Okay, talking about go back to the questions actually. Cahaya
Yeah.
Society is one of the organizations working on for education purposes. So we established around early 2019. I think
Oh,
it's
so
5 years.
long.
5 years already. So before that, we have our own. It's not informal things. We only open we call them as a free school. So before have a Cahaya Society, we have a free school. Free school is the things that we open the book from the any places that we want to go. Then for those who want to read, you can just come in, then take the book and then just read something like that. It's a very simple one. There's no education system like to provide an education materials. We only brought all the books, then just read for those who want to read. So we foresee that we have to create something more sustainable. So that's why we built Cahaya Society as one of the organizations for education purpose. They have a system, they have a syllabus, we have our own syllabus to create more sustainable to the communities as well. So that is how the flow, I mean that the process how we could gain more community that we could reach lah.
So how you actually reach out to the community?
So basically, in our terms, in Cahaya Society itself, within my team members, we have our activity called as a community-based outreach. So the community-based outreach usually intended to reach out other potential community that are most needed. Meaning that for those who are vulnerable already, the struggling area, like for instance, there is a lack of transportations, lack of economic growth, lack of education system, a lack of what we call the financial assistance and all that lah. So community-based outreach in our system is actually understanding about the needs and necessity that we should be given to the community.
So where are these outreach?
So mostly we conduct our outreach in the island. Mostly in the island, and then in the interior area. So most in the woodland. Some of them actually live in the woodland area. Called is in Kampung Mangkalinau. Some of them. All of this actually in our source of data, SOD, in our SOD, we already reached 24 locations in Sandakan only. Only in Sandakan. 24 locations. That is our data. There's a lot actually. So the reasons data is very important. So based on the data that we conducted during the community-based outreach, so from there we analyze on what are the most vulnerabilities and what is the most needed for the community. So based on that, we provide them some kind of a workshop. I do remember when we do our CBO, community-based outreach, from the CBO, from our analysis, so we foresee that, okay, we have to do some of climate change awareness. We have to do some education purpose. We have to create some of like disaster risk reductions. Meaning how you mitigate the impact when the disaster came. Usually in Sandakan, the common thing happen is the high tide. Landslide, something happened. This is commonly happen. So what we can do as a community, as an NGOs, what we do is that creating some of the it's a module, something of module on to give some to mitigate the impact to the community. So we conduct our DRR, we call them as a DRR, disaster risk reductions, to ensure that all the community know what is the most important part for them to bring when that could happen. So yeah, this is how the rules. That what the community-based outreach, how we reach the community. Then from there we do some of our workshops.
So you're not just teaching the education.
Yeah, not only for
you're
education.
also telling them like this disaster happened, what they should do, how they are doing. So I heard you also teach them skills, right? So can you tell me more about these skills that you are teaching?
Okay, we have a two level. Level one is for educations. Meaning that for those who cannot read, who cannot write, and then the illiterate children's lah. Okay, from there, once they have reached our KPI, we have our KPI like key performance indicators on if they already could reach and could read, and then they can write, they can calculate and all these things. Then from there we move them to the next level, which is skill center. So in the skill centers, we do teach them on how to use the how to sew, sewing skills, you know, how to use the industrial machine. So all of these is a part of very important, that because it's being used globally, not only in Malaysia. I think it's very important also. We should emphasize them using the same method as the other people could use. Okay, no one should be left behind. So it's something that we have to emphasize among them lah. Because you know, Malaysia, we do understand Malaysia is leading to the technology advancement. So we want them also to be part of this development. So that is how we want to create, you know.
So you also
we provide them on how
you also teach them how to do the YouTube, right?
Yeah, we also do the social media. Yeah, we also
media.
Some of my team also we have our student lah. We call them as a club alumni Cahaya. So the KAC stand as a club alumni Cahaya. So the club alumni Cahaya stand for those who are already graduated. For those who reach our KPI lah, something like that KPI. So this KAC will run their own education system, meaning that they could teach what the best for the children, because they came from the community, they should go back to the community. That is how we tagline from community to the community itself.
I saw their YouTube actually talking about some of the movies. They symbolize how to yeah, it's quite good. And also I saw here some of the
using the
instruments.
Instruments also using the, because in Cahaya we don't provide them on to get the best in education, meaning that they could get A's, cemerlang, like excellent. We don't provide a best result for them, but what we can do is that we want to give some of a platform. I mean that you must understand this is the big issue related to education for the children. So although they face a lot of barriers, so we teach them, we emphasize up to them like music is a life, you know. Music is a platform for you to minimize your psychological things lah. Although we understand that you have this kind of vulnerabilities, you know, they cannot go to the school, you have the constraints on this, but one thing for sure that you must believe that music is a tools, is an instrument for you to try not affect you too much lah.
You can actually use that to release your stress.
Release the stress, you know. You have to make sure that your mental health is very important as well. You cannot remain in that situations. People could change. Documentation is not a thing could prevent you to grow, you know. It's about you. It's about what you can do. Not only for yourself, for your families, for your friends, for the country as well. You know.
So how is their parents actually when you help their children, right? How do their parents also change to become better because of their children?
I mean the parents also, some of them are very supportive, but some of the parents is unfortunately they're very unsupported lah. Because some of them during my works when we do our field analysis, some of the parents also asking for the children to sell something, you know. This is commonly happen within them. I'm not sure, I'm not blaming them because of the situations happening in Sabah. So what we do, I mean the parents are very supportive, and then they want to hoping that the best for the children as well.
So the next question is actually how you actually sustain, because you're an NGO, right? So how do you get the funding and the grants, all those?
Okay, this is a common questions when I do my podcast from annual research conducted by the academic institutions. How you sustain? How are the NGOs can sustain? NGOs, what is the biggest? Some of the NGOs saying that okay, the most challenges for us is funding, undeniable. That is the first. But for me, from within my team members, I always emphasize to them. I always talking to them like funding is not the priority. Funding is the important part. That is your responsibility to find resources for you to run your priority. What is your priority? Education.
Correct.
Education is our priorities. Funding is the second part. Okay, that is the significant part. I mean that you're responsible, our responsible to look at what is the best funding to ensure that our operation could run.
Yes.
But we cannot put that funding is the main priority.
Okay.
Our goals, our missions, our objective is education. So we're talking about education. There is a different platform. There is another more documentation need to be understand, because it's not about delivering the method, delivering the activity. Okay, I'm doing reading. Oh, okay, I teach the children. Okay, that is it. So how you to ensure that the children get what they want? It's not because what we want. It's about them. It's not about us. It's about them.
So your measurements, like your impact.
Yeah, your impact.
So which means your priorities is actually how you create the impact.
Yeah.
So the funding is actually just to you is important, but then
for us.
There are actually a lot of people, a lot of organizations helping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
but as long as documentation, all those are correct.
This is very important. So we're talking about the system. I mean, the financial system, of course, that is a legal compliance that we have to use, because other people, our partners, like from the foundations, from the corporate institutions, of course, they want to know how is your financial system. That's a very important part lah. Apart from that, is actually auditing. But this is very important lah. It's commonly happen. It's common system that you have to comply with this country's regulation, rules and regulations actually. So actually, as long as you are in orders, your system is there, I think should be no problem for you lah.
So my last question is actually, what are the challenges?
Okay, if we're talking about the challenge, there's a lot of challenges that actually happen in our organizations, in terms of education's method, in terms of financial. I think that is commonly happen, and not only Chai, I believe the other organizations also face the same situations. But in our organizations, one of the things is that our communications barriers lah. I mean that the language barriers in between our team members and with the community. Some of the community are also using the local language, meaning that like Bahasa Suluk, Bahasa Bajau, and some of them also from Indonesian people, like and Timor-Leste as well. So when we using Malay, they do understand, but sometimes bila kita nak using the Malay language, we are using an academic word sometimes. So it's very hard for them to catch up what are the intentions, what is actually you are trying to deliver the information. So that is the part that we can see that it's very hard for us to deliver the information, especially in educations that we want to do lah, for the children or for the youth among the stateless community. The second one is we lack of our manpower lah. I mean that for those who are volunteers in education background, doesn't matter what kind of education, but as long as you have the education background like pendidikan awal kanak-kanak, childhood, children's educations, and ICT literacy, ICT background also. These are the component that we foresee that it's very important also for us to have a person who are expertise on this, who are expert in terms of childhood educations and ICT education background. So yeah, I think that is the most part that we want to have team members within our organizations, because we want them to teach other community who are in need.
So you're saying that if, let's say, in our communities, if they have any skill like teaching how to use the something like build a website, or how to do some other thing using the IT, they can actually come here, contact you to organize a small workshop, is it?
Yeah, actually for those who want to join us, you can just feel free to do in our centers. We do have our centers in Sandakan, and then we have our the main HQ, we call them is our HQ in here, and then we can just create something like social media platform, teaching them about the marketing, branding, and all that. So yeah, I think it's a good initiative if for those who want to join us. It's good benefit to the community. It's not about us. Again, it's not about us. It could be benefit to those who are targeted lah.
Okay. So normally, you see like which day will be the more suitable? Is like weekend or weekdays?
Yeah, usually it should be better if we run the whole weeks exactly. We open for any weekends, weekdays. Weekends it should be okay. As long as you have to inform us on what's lah. So then we can arrange our schedule and all that. Again, actually it's either any dates like we want to do. We open for any discussions. Actually, we are very friendly organizations. If you want to do so, we will be happy to have you on the ground to learn more. It's not about us, it's not about them. Actually, there is a connection in between us with the others that we are serving.
Okay. So our communities in Sandakan, if you have any skills you want to teach, you want to help them, so please do contact my friend here. So you can contact him, and then after that, we can actually arrange a time to do a workshop here. So I think our talk show can end here. Thank you for your time. So thank you for coming and then telling us about this Cahaya Society.
Pleasure is mine. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.